Never Rarely Sometimes Always is the 2020 drama directed by Eliza Hittman starring Sidney, Flanigan, Talia, Ryder and Théodore Pellerin. It is about a pair of teenage girls in Pennsylvania who travel to New York City to seek out medical help after an unintended pregnancy. I'm not really sure what to think of this movie. This movie is very different from a lot of movies that I have seen. For me, it feels kind of like a Dunkirk about abortion. It kind of feels more like an experience rather than an actual story. The plot and the story is something that we have seen dozens of times already in a lot of different movies, but this one kind of tells it in a new way, which is definitely something to give credit to. But to be honest, I thought the movie lacked great writing. For me, a lot of the dialogue felt unnatural. Maybe Eliza Hittman should just be a director and not a writer, because the direction in this is great, but the dialogue isn't really that good in my opinion. Sidney Flanigan in the movie is kind of 50-50 for me. She has some incredible moments in this that show her incredible acting range, but in other scenes she doesn't really act like anything. She is just there in the scene. I know that it might be intended to be that way, but it really didn't do a lot for me, because even if this girl is kind of introverted, there have been other characters and actors which did a better job in portraying that. And a lot of people talk about how the silence in this movie tells most of the story, and it tells more than words. And I agree, but only in some scenes though. Talia, Ryder and Théodore Pellerin stand out here in my opinion. They sold their characters very good and made them interesting. I think Sidney had the best scenes in the movie, but Talia, Ryder and Théodore Pellerin overall did 100% of the time great work, while Sidney didn't. The best scene in the movie is, my opinion, the Never Rarely Sometimes Always scene that the film is titled after. It shows such great acting and the emotional impact is strong too, and the scene is a turning point in the story for me. Everything after this scene is incredible. For real, if you give me the last, 40 to 30 minutes of the movie, I don't really remember how much time there was after the Never Rarely Sometimes Always scene, then this movie is an incredible film. The scenes are so immersive and incredibly shot too, and phenomenally acted. These scenes are for me almost like 10 out of 10 scenes. But the first hour was just okay to me. And because that, I think half of the movie is okay and the rest is phenomenal. So I would overall say the movie is pretty good. I don't know if I would like to rewatch this, but I feel like on a rewatch this will be better. Definitely a movie worth watching. But one last issue for me, well, it actually isn't an issue, but it's more kind of a questionable decision. Why are there so many unanswered questions? I think this kind of goes back to the Dunkirk situation where everything is about the experience, and I think this movie really just doesn't know what it wants to be. Is it a character study of a girl that wants an abortion? Is it an experience-like film about the horrors that you go through if you decide to have an abortion? Does it want to tell you a sad and emotionally impacting story? It's all of that, but overall it comes out as a bit of a chaotic mix of all of them. Now, I said a lot of negatives in this review, and I don't want to be misunderstood. This movie is pretty good. As I said, I like this movie a lot. It's just that the negatives are so apparent and more worth mentioning in my opinion. Because the great stuff can't really be described other than like, oh yeah, the 40 last minutes are great. And they have great acting and great story, etc. But at the end of this review, I just want to say I like this movie a lot and I would not mind rewatching it, and you should watch it too. It is pretty good. Overall, I would say I give the movie 4 out of 5 stars. Thank you for watching my review of Never Rarely Sometimes Always. Leave your opinion about the movie in the comments section, and if you liked the video, please press the thumbs up button, and if you would like to see more of my opinions about movies, click on the subscribe button on my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.